Yo.
Guess who just pulled up in CoreCon?
Yo, CoreCon 2024. Anthony just got here. I've been here for a little bit. Here enough to have to get ushered into a room for the tornado warning that we just had in town here.
I was in the shower when that happened.
Anthony was in the shower,
crazy.
so he could have died. That's how much we're committed to this. We're risking our lives for you. Anyways, we're gonna kick off the celebrations.
Cheers.
Right. We're not actually driving right now. We're parked in the parking lot, so
Hell
this is legal.
We're walking straight in.
So we got shooters. There they are.
Cheers. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Our excellent adventure begins. Tell me a story.
In the year 2020, two adventurers discovered a wormhole that allowed them to travel as no human had ever traveled before. They used this portal to explore space and time, traveling through history, regaling ancient and future civilizations by telling the stories of their excellent adventures. Now, with rumors spreading that they have returned to our present day, the world has been relentlessly clamoring for Michael and Anthony to tell me a story.
Thank you very much.
CoreCon 2024. How's everybody doing? Easy say, right?
I guess I'm getting too crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the show, so thank you everybody for coming. I'm kidding. You're not allowed to leave, actually.
Yay, imprisonment.
That's right. So, good. So, we are M&A's Excellent Adventures. I'm Michael.
My name is Anthony.
And we're going to tell you a story. This is a very fun time. Our second live show ever. Ever. This is a huge deal. There's a lot of things to be grateful for.
Like Thanksgiving, if you're into that, like turkey
If you're into
and
that,
stuff,
like turkey and
or
stuff,
other things.
or other
What
things.
else
You know what? I'm thankful for a few things here.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that my lovely wife was able to join us and see the process. She's never really seen how it's made before.
Oh yeah, and I am thankful that my mom and my sister were able to make
That's
this one because
huge.
last time I had a reserved spot right up front with balloons and everything, and then mom wasn't there, and I was like, okay.
It was so sad.
It was. I played
so
a violin
sad.
and everything. It was great, you know. But then we also have some more amazing people, Michael.
We do have some fantastic people. My mom is also here, and that's huge. Give it up for mom.
And most importantly, we have people who have no clue who we are who are here. So thank you very much.
And we love
you.
you.
I just
love it.
thunder. That's what I'm doing.
So, while there are things to be grateful for, I'm kind of pissed, actually.
Why are you?
I'm pissed. There's one individual who I feel like promised us would be here, and they're not here.
Who is it?
Matthew Lillard. I was fully expecting Matthew Lillard. I tweeted at him, which in Musk's world is legally binding,
That's true.
and he's not here. He didn't
He's not
respond.
here at all.
I don't know if he even saw it. So we're off to an okay start. But regardless of all the things that there are to be upset about, Anthony, why don't you tell me what we do on this show?
So, for those of you who have no clue what we do or who we are, we like to tell stories around here. And not just any stories, Michael. What kind of stories do we tell?
Improv stories.
Stories where, like, I don't know. So we alternate hosts every single week. And this week, Michael has a premise for me, a character, a whole thing, a whole shebang story. But I have no clue what's going to happen. And also, he doesn't really know what's going to happen. And you don't know anything of what's going to happen at all. You're like, what am I doing here? And let me tell you, we're going to tell a good story that is off the cuff, shooting from the hip. It's going to be all sorts of fun stuff.
That's right. You have ties. Oh, do we have the bag? Because people brought little words from a hat. We need to know the words.
Look, we're not D&D folk, but I could roll a die or two.
That
sounds pretty
I could
cool.
do that a little
Put
bit.
that in if you want.
And so the way that we're going to do this throughout the story, every once in a while, one of us is going to draw one of these little phrases out of the bag here. and we have to say it, we have to fit it into the story somehow. Obviously, no like hate speech or political stuff. Like,
Well,
we're
it's
gonna
already
stay
in
away
here,
from that.
Michael, so whatever comes out at this point, right?
You're right, okay. And I do want to apologize to our mothers in advance because sometimes, we can get a little crazy.
Well, my mother knows how crazy I am.
That's true. So they know. They know.
Oh, yeah,
They
oh,
know.
yeah.
They know.
I'm also worried about everybody else who is not related to us because they're like,
Do it.
this is what the world's coming to. So.
Oh, I forgot something. Another thing to be pissed about. So,
Okay.
my hair. Let's talk about me for a little bit. So, I was going for more of a Faramir, and I was told about a week ago, somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, did you ever watch The Sweet Life on Deck?" And apparently, I'm a little bit more of a Woody from Sweet Life on Deck than I am a Faramir. Maybe without the glasses on. I mean, whatever, man. But we laughed. I cried. It's fine.
Exactly.
But Anthony, I don't think these people want to hear about us ramble
Well, they don't
about
know who we are.
nonsense.
And that's the thing, right?
So I would say we're synergized, right?
We're
We're
synced
jazzercised, and I'm sorry to speak for both of us, but a little aroused. So I am ready to get this show on the road. Anthony, are you ready?
I'm ready, but more importantly, are you all ready?
Right. Because I can hear them in their seats, feeling the heat boiling underneath their skin as they are gearing up and ready to yell, "Tell me a story! Tell me a story! Tell me a story!"
Thank you. So, Michael, what do we got in the bag today?
Let's tell them a story. Anthony, your character.
My character
I'm
is.
slick with the transitions. I'm serious. It's redonkulous.
It's. Okay.
Your character, Charlie Munch.
That's my name, okay? I'm Charlie Munch.
You're not Anthony, you're Charlie Munch.
That's great.
You're an astro-explorer pilot specializing in navigation and communication.
Okay.
I'm really dumping it on you today.
Okay.
Okay. Space,
Okay.
you explore.
Nice.
You're good at
I go around,
navigating
I fly around,
and talking.
I'm good at using the map and stuff. And communication, like I got a degree or what? Whatever. Okay.
Okay, you
It's
know
a
what comes
French
in,
degree,
Anthony.
Right? Okay.
You're optimistic, outgoing, generally friendly.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like me.
But you're sometimes defensive and petty when criticized.
That is also me, right? Okay.
I just thought I'd make it
So
easy
you
for
didn't make me a
Anthony.
character.
So I just Anthony's just playing Anthony.
You're just telling everybody who I am.
Is this
right?
true, Anthony's mom and sister? We
That
got
is-
big
okay,
nods
great.
from the back. So,
Right.
all right, perfect.
Thank you.
And now we're gonna get to my character.
Okay. Wait. I'm Charlie, right?
You're Charlie.
Okay.
Charlie Munch.
Okay, cool.
All right. Richard Johnson.
Got Dick Johnson, okay?
Yeah,
Richard
you got
Johnson.
onto
I
it.
love
I'm 12, and that was funny to me.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I am an astro-explorer pilot and mission specialist.
Okay.
So I'm a little bit more about this is what we've got to do.
So you're the driver, and I'm like the map person who doesn't want to ask for
Yeah,
directions.
I'm like, hey, we got a job to do.
Okay,
So get your shit together.
got it.
All
Okay.
right.
Sure.
I'm a realist who tries to do things by the book. Tries
Okay.
to do things by the book.
Okay.
We all know a realist is just kind of a pessimist, but whatever. And I am often overcritical.
Okay.
So it's kind of an odd couple situation we have in a spaceship.
Okay. Got it.
Our mission, if you choose to accept it, to travel the galaxy in search for a new livable planet for humanity. After many months of exploration, we have found nothing and are on our way back to Earth. So Anthony, are you ready?
You know what? I think I'm ready, but is everybody else ready? Let's try that one more time. Is everybody else ready? Let's
Tell me a story.
All right, hit it.
So we're in the vacuums of space, traveling around in our spaceship. Well, Anthony,
Okay.
when's the last time you checked the map?
Right now, actually. But before that, about 5 seconds ago.
Okay, I'm going to say this,
Okay.
right? Don't get upset.
I'm.
We're lost.
Oh, hold on.
No, no,
you're
no,
telling
no,
me
no,
not
no,
to
no,
say-
no, 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 no,
Okay,
no,
fine,
no,
fine,
no, no,
fine.
we're
We've been
lost.
doing this all eon, okay? Right, fine. Okay.
if there was alcohol here, you would drive me to have a problem with it.
Well, it's funny you say that because, speaking of alcohol, my father left me. So we're off to the races here, okay?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, you know about this. We've had all Eon to talk about.
I know, but I don't take this the wrong way.
Okay.
I don't listen when you talk to me. Like,
Hold on.
no, it's sometimes you ramble, and sometimes when you talk about family stuff, I just kind of tune out.
You tune out?
Okay.
What else is there?
We're
to
getting
do?
so
It's
far.
been the black
Okay,
board
but
the whole
sometimes
time.
you
Come
go.
on, get out of here.
Sometimes you try to talk, and sometimes you say things, and sometimes you go on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, here he goes again. You wake up at a bar with an angry chicken and a dancing drunk. Like, oh my, I'm tired of it.
That
I'm
sounds like
tired
my
of it.
father. Why are you throwing this back in my face?
This isn't about me. We're lost, Mr. Navigation. We're lost.
Okay, fine, whatever. Well, if you wanted to know and you actually asked me, we needed to take a left next to Universe 48.x.
All right.
-X.
Let's take a left.
Okay.
Let's take a left and see what happens.
Well, you're the pilot.
All right, so we take a left.
Okay.
And right into an asteroid field.
Oh.
What are you doing? This is what I'm talking about. This is why, Charlie. This is why you're a mess, man. You're a mess.
I said 3 light years ago. Okay.
Now I have to pilot through an asteroid field. I don't
Okay.
necessarily remember what the odds
So now
are.
the whole day is ruined.
This sucks. All right, we'll get us out of here, right?
Okay.
Right?
I'm gonna pick my map back up. Thanks for nothing. All right.
Okay. We're not going to last long in here, man. You need to get on top of this.
If you're interested, I think we should probably veer north, if
North.
that's even a thing in space.
It's not a thing.
Well, I'm talking nautical north.
That's
okay? So
also not a thing. Also doesn't matter. Please. We will die if you don't get it together.
All right, fine. Kick it into gear, okay? We're going to veer right then, since you didn't take the time to learn the terminology.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're still in this. We're still in the thick of it.
All right.
And an asteroid hits our ship, and we go spiraling out of control.
Special effects included.
Oh! And we crash land on a strange moon.
Okay. This is
different.
quite a moon.
Where are we? How do I ask?
Well, let me take a look here. So, look at the stars here. I see we got Orion somewhere in there. I'm going to take a look that we're somewhere between Earth and the rest of the part of the universe.
Got
Somewhere
it.
in there.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, we need to figure out how to get the ship fixed. We need to get it back together. We gotta
Yeah,
get out of here, man. Right, obviously.
Obviously, we
Okay.
can do that. But
Like
before
we're in no condition to.
All right, fine.
Don't wave me off.
Well, I'm going to wave you off because you've been doing this full time. If you just listened to my instructions, we would have been home by now.
Whatever, man.
Don't whatever, man.
Whatever, man.
Don't do this little thing.
Just figure out how we're getting off of this.
Well, starters,
Please.
okay?
Please.
Well, the engine's completely shot, so
Sure.
we got to look around and figure out how we're going to
I don't
rebuild
know
the
if we
engine
can- I don't
first
know.
off. And second
We don't
of
even
all,
know if we can get out safely.
I don't really know where we are. I know I'm a master navigator, but I wasn't trained for this level of doomsday, okay? Like, look, I just got my bachelor's, man.
You just got your bachelor's and they sent you to space? What are you talking about?
I was really good in the exam, all right? Just trying my best,
Read
man.
me from the manual,
Okay.
right? The navigation manual.
Fine.
You're Mr. Expert Navigation here. No, from memory.
Okay, fine.
Chapter 8,
Chapter 8.
Section 15.
Okay.
That actually talks about situations like this. Read it to me. If you're an
fine,
expert, you should know.
fine. Just straight off of memory from the hip here. No, the other hole. I'm assuming that implies like the black hole or the wormhole.
You
but
should
it's,
know.
Well, look,
You're
I just
the
got my
guy.
bachelor's, man. Look, come on, okay?
Okay.
The other hole, whatever that means, it's up for interpretation, okay?
I will have you know sir, that it actually says cats keep attacking your face when you pause. All right?
Well, where's the hole in that sentence?
There's no hole, man.
I'm thinking of chapter 7.
Where's the hole?
I'm
We're
sorry,
on
I'm thinking
the
of chapter
moon.
7. Look. I don't need you to dig into me, okay? My father already left me, and most importantly, I thought we were pals, okay? So let's just figure out what we're doing here, okay? We're somewhere in the universe. We got grass. We got a mountain. I'm sure we can craft together something. You know, maybe mine something.
I'm genuinely sorry about your father's situation.
Okay.
I've tried to be your father for you.
That's not the kind of daddy I was talking about, Michael. Your name.
That's Dick, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry. Father Dick, I do apologize.
What?
All right.
Okay.
So, clearly my fatherly influence hasn't rubbed off on you, Charlie.
Okay.
And I will be the daddy you need me to be in order for us to get out of here.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you for dedicating 4 years to a shoddy education, and I wish that I saw more in you to be proud.
What?
How's that?
Thank you. That's all I needed. Daddy Dick. All right. What do we do now?
Never call me that again, son.
You got it.
Please.
Yes. Thanks, Dad.
I overheard you two talking. Whoa!
Who are you?
Oh.
What are you?
Oh, pardon me, I was distracted by your rippling muscles.
Well, that's just my dad.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just that dad bod, like I'm just gonna work it. No, not you. The other one. The short-haired one? Sorry,
Get out of here.
pardon me.
You're talking about me?
Oh, pardon me. I couldn't help but overhear you're having some issues with your vessel, and my people would be able to help you. And I think I would be able to help you in whatever way you see fit.
Well, you know what I gotta say to that?
This is insane. Why are you like, I know you're the communications guy, but this is weird.
What
right?
are you doing, sneaky beaver?
Don't indulge. Don't like give in to this
Well,
weird.
this
We
is
don't
our
know
only
what
shot to get off this planet. That's all.
All right.
I gotta do what I gotta do, Dad. If I can even call you that. Dick.
I like a feisty one. Let's take you back to my village, because like my people always say, when someone's in need, walking tacos are just dry nachos.
And in reality, that's kind of right.
Yeah, he does have a point, actually.
He has a
That's
really
kind
good
of, that's
point.
interesting. That's interesting that you say that.
They do that in this universe too, huh? That's crazy.
Friends.
Disaster.
And the hot alien man takes us to his city. This is where my people reside, and I think you'll find yourself quite comfortable while we fix up your vehicle.
Oh, well, don't mind if I do.
He hasn't broke eye contact
You put
with you
yourself out
since
there.
we've gotten here. This is strange.
I
So
kinda
we
like-
exited our ship, didn't know about the atmosphere, now we're trusting people, maybe, that
Well,
we're, like,
Look, don't be like that, okay?
I'm not trying to be like anything, I'm just saying, like, we don't even know where we're at. Ease yourself, friend. Your hot younger friend here seems to feel confident in your decisions, and I think he should take up leadership. So please, find something, relax yourselves. As a matter of fact, I know exactly where to take you, where you can relax as we help you out.
Well, where is that strange, mysterious figure?
He takes us to the bathhouse.
This feels oddly familiar from something, but I can't put my finger on it.
Why? How does this feel familiar to you?
Well, college, okay? I can't elaborate past that.
I guess those 4 years were pretty crazy.
Well, back onto the bachelors, man,
All right, I know I keep harping on you about that. I'm just a bit disappointed as a father that you didn't do more.
You're
With
not
your
my
wife,
dad, but...
Wow!
All right, fine. Okay.
Wow!
So what do we do? We just kind of take off things, and how do they do it around here, mysterious figure?
You may disrobe and enjoy yourself in our warm baths and enjoy some company.
Well, I didn't realize it was that kind of show, Dad.
He's your dad now?
Well, no. I have a few dads.
Okay.
All right.
Whatever.
All right, so I take off the robe and I'm just hanging out in the pool, just minding my own business.
Just
Dick,
big
you really got to
swinging
get
in
in
the
here.
water.
Stop being such a prude.
I'm sorry it's cold, right?
Cold.
And I'm a bit nervous about what that does to me personally.
Well, it's doing wonders. My skin's
I know
glowing.
I'm well aware it's doing wonders for you. I just don't know about my situation. So
Okay.
you have fun. I'm gonna just sit.
Well, you got it. And so I kick my feet up and I'm just waiting in the alien pool. I'm just hanging out.
All eyes are on you.
Oh yeah.
Every single alien here, sorry to use the word, I guess I don't. Every single being here has found you like unbelievably attractive. And I'm not saying anything negative. I'm just saying like,
Have you ever considered you're the odd one out, Dick? That I am that attractive?
I guess.
Well, then there's a +1 in there. All right, so it's an agreement.
I just don't get it. You know what I mean?
What's not?
It's like
yeah.
I'm invisible. And I don't mean that in a way of like, oh, I'm invisible and nobody's paying attention to me. But like, I am invisible and nobody's paying attention to me. And it kind of sucks.
Fuzzy bottom. That's what they called me back in college. That's all you need to know.
I remember.
Oh, wait.
You were playing Fuzzy Bottoms? Where did you go to school?
University of Arizona Phoenix.
That's
I took the online
crazy.
course, but they do me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where I went.
That is where you went.
I was president of the Fuzzy Bottoms for a while.
No way!
Actually.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Well,
because
that's why we got in sync here. Okay. So anyway.
I kind of get it. That's kind of hot energy, actually.
Well, thank you very much, Dad. Or Dick. All right. Anyway.
Whichever. You can kind of call me whatever you
Oh.
want, actually. As a matter of fact, I don't know, maybe I kind of get it.
Yeah?
Maybe I kind of get, like, what these beings are kind of, like, seeing in you.
Well, what do you mean you're finally seeing it? You're
It's just that,
finally
like, I don't know if it's
seeing
the
it?
atmosphere, if it's the aromas, if it's the baths, if it's, just
Okay.
pressure or anything,
Well-
but I'm kind of growing hot for you.
Okay, well, what's funny about that here is actually...
In a platonic way.
Oh, great. Oh, as long as it's in a platonic.
Because we're a professional relationship and I don't want to.
Well, that's the thing, right? And also, we need to get off this ship. When are we fixing our engine?
Yes, okay.
That's the whole point of what we're doing.
I'm getting distracted. Okay. Excuse me. Yes. When do you think we're gonna have our ship by? Because we need to go now.
And also, do you take progressive?
Yes, actually.
Oh, great. Okay, so it transcends Earth. That's
It
great.
does.
Oh, good.
Their insurance
I was
cannot be beat.
I was thinking about Affleck, but I'm really glad I flipped over to progressive here.
We don't recognize Affleck.
Oh, good.
That was a
good.
smart move.
Oh, very smart.
You're
Okay.
so intuitive.
Well,
You're
thank you very much,
There's
mysterious
just so much
being.
about you.
I'm-
It's just fascinating to me.
All right, it's starting to get a bit.
Okay. We would just like to leave, and maybe we're actually looking for a place that's hospitable, and this seems to be kind of good and kind of nice. There's vegetation. There's clearly livable people here, and so I mean, how something like that? Oh, leave? No. We were fixing your vessel in order to add it to our armada. We have no intention of allowing you to leave because of your strong allure.
Wait, you weren't gonna help me for me? You were just gonna help because of my shredded bod?
Well, I have to say that You're somewhat of a Bill Cosby on Epstein's Island. We don't.
You know, that's not the first time I've heard that either.
That's not good, dude.
The guy was rich. And there was nothing else to him, I don't think.
I think we should bail, man. Like, that's not good.
Well, no, they're digging me, and it's finally nice to feel appreciated. I've been navigating through the whole universe, and you haven't looked one second.
I understand where you're coming from, but that's bad, dude.
Notoriety is at least a 10. And that's all I need. All right, fine.
Go.
Okay, fine.
We should go.
Fine.
Thank you for the
Let's
hospitality.
All
We're
right.
gonna go.
Okay.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm afraid I can't
Other
let you
dad.
do that. And please
What?
call me Daddy.
Oh, okay. Come on, Daddy. You really don't gotta do that. I can come and go, you know. Visitation, that's a thing, I think.
No.
Oh, okay.
You're going to stay in this bathhouse, actually, as the main attraction, because it will boost our economy. Tourism's been at a low, and you will bring it to a high, believe me.
Well,
so
but-
we're gonna keep you around.
But all I know is navigation and asteroids in space. What are people gonna be looking at here?
And he brings in his army, soldiers, guards. You're not
Okay.
going anywhere.
Wait, hold on.
We're gonna bail.
We have to bail? Sorry, we have to bail? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. Good proposition. Love it. Stay at the bathhouse. Tourism economy. That's good.
Yeah, I guess. If you're here in your
We're
residence.
gonna run to the restroom.
Oh, yeah,
think it
yeah.
over, and talk about our new life here.
Yeah, and while we're doing that, you just hang tight and we'll be right back. So, let's just go to
We
the
very
bathroom here.
conspicuously make our way out, and then we just book it
Just
and
book
we
it.
run.
All right.
And we're running towards our ship, and there are bolts flying hither and thither. This sucks. This is crazy, man. We wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't get us lost. Can I just figure out that this is kind of all of your fault?
Well, you know what my mom used to say in this sort of situation? She'd say, little kitty, soft kitty. Just like that.
Wait, that's crazy, man. Because like my mom used to always say, the floor is lava and you have no shoes.
Oh no!
So
We gotta
if the
go!
floor is lava and we have no shoes, we gotta.
Well, how can we guarantee our ship
There's
is
the ship. I don't know, but we'll figure it out when we get there because this is good.
So we're
This
running.
is good. Wait, hold on. Stop running.
What? Oh, yeah.
They're missing us. This is a good bonding moment for us, I think.
I haven't
People
felt
talk
so close
about
to you.
trauma bonding, and that's kind of this.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was thinking the same thing actually.
This is so. I feel so close to you, son.
Wow. Thanks, Dad. That's cool.
They're still shooting. Both like they're flying all over the place. This is. I'm gonna remember this moment, I think, for the rest of my life. Most of it, at least.
Well,
I'll probably forget bits and pieces.
Well, at least for the next 45 seconds while we're still alive. That's right. Okay.
We should. They're still shooting. We should probably.
We should probably
yeah,
get
let's
out of
just-
here. Okay.
So we go and we take our time to fix up the ship
Uh-huh.
because they're terrible aim. Clearly, they haven't
Yeah.
hit us at all.
Uh-huh.
And we hop in and we make our mad dash to the stars.
Okay. And now, which way's northwest again? And I pull out my compass here.
Do you have the map?
Nautical northwest. It's right here.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, it's right here.
That's not the map. That's their menu for takeout back on the moon.
Oh, fuck. All right.
And
This is-
scene. And that is an excellent adventure.
That is what we do. So thank you.
All the cops are also part of the show.
They are part of the show, and honestly, that is.
How many do we have left?
We
Is
have
it just the
one left. We have just one left. I
Make
do
it the big one.
apologize, but magical girls in Mordor, please raise your
Ooh.
hand.
That's good.
That's
That's a good
amazing.
one.
Thank you very much.
That would have been perfect. I'm so
Well, I pushed it over to you, but that's
sorry.
okay.
I goofed.
Wow. everybody, this is what we do every single week.
Every week.
Every week we do something like this. It's fun.
It's hard as shit.
But
actually,
my favorite part about it is that people sometimes email us like premises and stories of what they want to see, and those are my favorite.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite messages we've gotten are stop and why.
Why?
Those are some good ones. So
another personal favorite is, that was really cringy. Do you really have to do that, Anthony? And I went, yes, I do.
Was that your mom that said that?
That was my mom. I wasn't going to call her out. That was 3 years ago.
And we're still going strong.
she
It didn't
saw
stop
it.
us then.
And so, Mom, was this as cringy as before? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, great. Exactly. Thank you, Mom.
We don't strive for excellence. We just strive for any
Adventure.
reaction at all.
Oh, yeah.
So it can be bad. You can hate watch our podcast. That's fine.
And that's great. But now, yeah, Michael, I'm going to turn it over to you. Anything you want to say? Or?
You know, I appreciate this. This is our second live show ever. It's our first one on our home turf because we live in the Fargo area, and so it's 1,000 times easier to do one here than to do one in Minneapolis the day before Easter.
That's
the
true.
night before Easter.
That is true.
So, yeah, it was fantastic. It was super fun. We hope you guys had a blast. We are going to open it up to Q&A at the end of the show. I guess I don't have a time on.
Well, we're sitting at 40 or 35 right now.
Here,
So, yeah.
Yeah, anybody have any questions, comments, concerns
Things at
about
all.
the show?
Anything. If you wanted to get into podcasting and you're like, what's going on? Well, how do I even do that? Just feel free to ask away otherwise. Yeah.
How do you even podcast?
How do you?
That's a good
It is the
question.
easiest industry to infiltrate. That's why we're in it. You get a microphone and you post, and that's really it. You edit. So what we do is we just recorded. I recorded in Logic, and we just got whatever microphones we could find. You can do anything. I mean, you can get a cheap thing, you can get a really expensive thing. The big thing here is going through it and just keep going. Even though like we went from having 2 views a week and it was us to like, we're not big. We're not even medium. We're like
I think
we average around
episodes,
50 a week,
yeah.
which is really cool because
For
we
us.
can tell it through. And it's nice to know that I'm not watching it 50 times and Michael's watching it at least 30 times.
Yeah, well, 30. So there's like 20 strangers that are watching
people
it.
enjoy it, and that's really cool. And there's my favorite thing ever is just showing this to all of y'all. Just because even if you walk away and you're going, you will not believe the ridiculous thing I just saw. That's all that matters to me is that you had an experience. It doesn't have to be,
It doesn't have to be good.
groundbreaking. But an experience is really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If y'all have any questions at all, I'm more than happy to answer any.
You've had podcasts with other podcasters. Do you have any coming up?
Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
talking like guests, or are you talking like other
You've
podcasts? in
guested
general?
on other ones, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah.
a bunch, yeah. I guess I don't know of any that are coming out soon, but a ton of podcasts. I generally go in circuits, and I'll do like 10 at a time or something like that.
Which is crazy.
Um,
That's cool.
And they're fantastic shows, and every single one of our episodes too, we post a check out our friends in the description. So anytime that I'm guesting on somebody's show or they're guesting on our show, we give links to their podcasts and their content.
But what shows specifically?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you had like the Daddy podcast, which is
Yes.
you were just a new dad.
A couple of
So-
them, yeah. There's Dad Space, which is a great one,
Gotcha.
and Your Two Dads is also, that one was very, very fun.
My personal favorite podcast I've ever guested on is a show called 99 Questions.
Oh.
My friend Bob Buell, he's from Jersey. He is sponsored, which is in the podcast. That's bananas. He has Manscaped, so
yeah.
you know he's like
He's a big deal.
Oh yeah. But my favorite thing ever, he asks the same 99 questions to every guest. But he's had like Simpsons writers on there.
Yeah.
He's had all sorts of wild figures, which is really cool and
Absolutely.
definitely way bigger than what we are. But at any rate, it's still really cool. To just
Yeah,
meet people.
Bob's guested on our show 3 times. But yeah, we do a lot of stuff. We like to have guests on the show. If you ever are like, this would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Pretty lax and low key, but a good time. You can definitely reach out to us as well and guest on the show. I've been on Para or Normal is another podcast I've been on. Gosh, a bunch. There's a group called Some Nobodies, and they're 3 of the funniest guys I've ever met. And we've swapped, and they've been on ours, we've been on theirs. So
we actually have a podcast guest in the audience.
we do.
We have Mr. Nathan right
Mr.
there, right up
Grizzly
front and
Diamond
center.
himself
He
has
was on
been
episode
on.
6.
Yeah.
And that was a good time.
It was a
So, yeah.
very fun time.
Way funnier than either of us combined, which is great.
We definitely try to lift up our guests to be funnier than us.
And so if y'all are watching this and you're like, wow, that was pretty fun. I don't know if I've ever wanted to get into podcasting, but this would be the shot. Just talk to us afterwards and we'll link something up because we love meeting new people. That's really cool. And we'll have anybody and everybody. So yeah.
I mean, with any content creation, really, I mean, you're fighting the algorithm. And I think everybody kind of understands that, especially, you know. And consistency is key, and sometimes that's really difficult, especially with video editing every episode.
Yeah, we do video editing.
It takes some time.
Episodes.
I have 2 kids. Anthony's getting married this year.
Oh, yeah.
Give it up for that.
Nobody here cares. That's okay.
I care.
Yeah.
I'm the best man.
But anyways.
So
chaotic.
it can be tough, but there's a lot of fun too. I mean, this is probably our favorite form of marketing or whatever. You know, getting the word out there is doing the live shows and just having fun with people. And
really cool.
there's a lot of podcast communities where people just go to swap guest spots, and that's cool too. We've met some amazing people in the industry that are just cool and fun, and like, especially being comedy. You know, there's a billion
True crimes
or
business.
There's like
crypto.
in those communities, I will warn you, if you get into podcasting, about 80% of what you are going to see is business owners looking for you. Businesses, it's infinite how many there
Or
are.
they're sad.
But you find that is true there. But you find when you find some comedy ones and you guys just vibe and have a great time, it's fun and you keep communicating after that. But,
Yeah.
Any other comments?
I just gotta say, nobody left mid-show, which is awesome. So
Well, I told them they weren't allowed to.
That's
so they
true.
were like, even if they were like, this sucks,
Yeah.
they couldn't leave. Sorry,
That's
yeah.
true.
You-
Yeah.
If you're going to give people a groundbreaking experience, then why don't you just buy a shovel?
Get this guy on the show! That's
Why
good.
didn't we think of that? That's crazy that left our minds.
It wasn't in the bag, unfortunately.
That's
but
true,
that's
actually.
great.
All of our ideas come from the bag, and it wasn't there.
It wasn't
so
there.
Should I write that down?
Absolutely. That's going in the next one.
Absolutely.
So, I do gotta say, the last live show we did, people walked in, they saw what we were doing, and I saw them turn around and walk out. And so the fact that nobody got up mid, thank you very much.
That partially was because they walked in. There were a couple lines from the hat that were about 9/11, and I had to read them, and that's when
That
they
was
walked
amazing.
in. And they walked in,
Yeah,
and they
that.
heard me say something about 9/11, and they turned around and said, no, and walked out.
And they walked out.
So,
So great.
Yeah.
But,
thanks for not doing that to me, actually. I
Yeah,
really appreciate that I didn't have to.
Any other questions before we, hit it?
So I was actually wondering, what is the limit for the, like, you said 9/11, right?
Sure.
Is that the limit, or like, what is?
So
It's really,
that's a good question.
is 9/11 the limit? That's a sentence.
We didn't specify that the last time, so we kind of were like, whatever's in here, we gotta say it, and then we were like, let's not put ourselves in that situation again.
So like, that's a really good question actually. So I think there have been times where like, we've said something in the episode and it came off kind of weird, and then we're like, not like during a live, but like we pre-record obviously, and then we edit it, and I'm like, we should not do that one, because it just kind of came off terribly, right?
Right,
So,
we'll cut
honestly,
it out. Or...
like, we try not to punch down it at all, really. It's really just building people up and doing, think Ted Lasso and fun things, right? Where it's just goofy and it's silly and we're having a good time, and anything that makes people feel included but also feel kind of, we can acknowledge the situation is ridiculous, right? And so that's kind of the fun thing. But,
yeah, we definitely try to, we don't want anybody to feel excluded.
Or better yet, feel targeted.
Yeah,
right?
that's a better way to put it. Yeah, and so, you know, it's a cool space for everybody. We shit on each other probably more than anybody else.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But generally, I mean, what it is, when we started this back in 2020, it was like, you know, obviously the world was on fire. Everything was just chaotic. It was like trying to be like, you know what, let's just have fun with this so that other people can hopefully find like a spark of joy in these insane times that we were living in.
Sure.
And it just kind of came partially out of that. And, But the line is definitely a judgment call.
Uh-huh.
But when you're improvising and you're telling a story and you're trying to keep your mind on like where are we at in the story, what are my character's traits, what's my character's name, which you can see we forgot.
I totally did.
And-
I don't know what your name was.
And like making sure that we're coherent, listening to the other person and communicating. You don't always have a lot of time to think over like what are the different ways this could be interpreted. So that's where sometimes it's like, let's cut that out because now that I'm listening back to it, that was probably not as.
Well, sometimes I make a self-deprecating joke as it relates to me, but then I'm like, well, nobody knew this
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Then it just comes across as I'm an asshole, right? And that's not funny for anybody because then it's just they're mad, and the people who would think it's funny is like, yeah, you kind of are terrible, right? So
Right.
it's one of those things. Not everybody knows us, and I'd say just about everybody except for like 1,000 people know who any of us are, right? And so there's something funny that's funny to us because it relates to us.
Yeah.
But nobody like there was one time actually we were guesting on a show and
We're
we're both brown fellas. Like my family's from Mexico. But I'm very white passing, right? And so we had an episode where we played Brown Santa, and the people who guessed or were guesting via Zoom, and the Zoom light does not do us justice at all. And so they paused and they said, "Are you playing African American Santa?" And I'm just, and like the room got so awkward, and I was just like, "Well, this is where I delete everything." And Mike was like, "No, I'm black," and I'm like, "No, I'm Mexican, and it's whatever, right?" And so, anyways, so that's the whole bit.
If you watch, it's the episode with some nobodies, there is an awkward pause. I cut like 70% of that awkward pause out of
It's
the
still
episode.
kind of
It's
in
still
there.
there,
But
but
yeah.
like it was a long pause before he was like, oh, so are we doing brown face? And it's like,
Oh, we're like, whoa, that's not, you're the asshole, man. Anyway, so the question, where is the line? It's in there. So I didn't answer your question.
Well, yeah, we
that's
see
my,
it.
if I was a politician, that's my answer, okay? It's somewhere in there. I'm not going to tell you where. Anything else before we give out posters and stuff for all of y'all who partied up with us until then? So, anybody else? No?
We have
Our dream is to have a Discord, but it'd just be us.
We want to. Yeah,
We should do Discord.
that is the plan eventually. Discord and everything. We want to build a community out of it. You know, this is our 116th episode. We've been doing this for 3.5 years,
Yeah.
and we're running out of ideas.
Yeah,
So if you
yeah.
guys could just pour us on with premises and characters here, it's like starting to reach into the bag and be like, have we done this before? Like 50 episodes ago.
Well, I'm going to do a whole story about Fuzzy Bottom. That is at
do you know what that is?
No. What?
I know who wrote that, and I know what that is.
Oh no. Well, then in that case, I got some research to do. So.
If you want to know what Fuzzy Bottom is, ask me after the show. I'd be happy to
Right.
get involved.
I think.
A little gang I was in middle school.
Last call for questions, no?
Or alcohol.
And everybody else, round of applause for all of you for sticking through it. Thank you very much, everybody. What was that?
When we started talking about Brown Santa, those two people bailed.
That's okay.
That was
That's
their
reasonable.
line.
That was the line.
That's
right?
the line.
And
All right, thank you everybody for coming. I'm Michael. That's
I'm
Anthony.
Have a good
And
night.
that's BDE.
Perfect. I'll see you all over there. If anybody didn't get a poster and wants a poster, we got some for you for just being here. It's exclusive. And with that, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the con, everybody. Thank you.